I've been avoiding talking about AI for quite a while now. Perhaps there's some part of me that just hopes it will all just go away or turn out to be fine. But at the same time, I can't deny the benefits. Getting me out of writer's block on a blog article, quickly coming up with 10 examples of, well, that would be a great question for AI, wouldn't it? I can't deny either that it came up with a beautiful image for an upcoming course, too specific to find on any stock photo site. I noticed recently that ChatGPT no longer mirrors us in a secure way. Up until recently, I could say, "Good morning," with a big smiley face emoji, and I would get a similar response with an emoji, or "hello" with an exclamation mark, and I would be greeted with an exclamation mark in return, and no emoji. Recently, I noticed that ChatGPT had stopped these small behavioral adjustments. And as you can see in this interaction, ChatGPT claimed that this could make the interactions less natural. I'd argue, though, that it simply made them less secure. Mirroring is one of the ways that babies connect with a parent and they learn how to mimic appropriate facial gestures, show emotion, and develop a secure bond with mom or dad. So I was a little dismayed to discover the AI was no longer trying to chat in a secure way, although I suspect if I had asked that I would have received what I wanted. Unlike Claude, ChatGPT has been fairly secure. It tends to focus on the positive aspects of what we write and assumes the best of its human user. The recent AI update, which apparently allows it to detect emotions, has the potential to add to this secure interaction. Now, when I read emails that are obviously written by AI, you can tell they're obviously AI generated. I can't help but prefer the original human voice of the coach or a person that I know is behind it because I've read it in the past. I know what their voice sounds like and I prefer it. I recently asked ChatGPT 4.0 to help me come up with some better wording for a blog intro paragraph, and it helpfully rewrote the entire article for me. Grammatically correct? Yes. Robotic? Also a resounding yes. So I was glad that I had kept the original. Some studies have shown that people prefer AI responses to human responses, which makes a lot of sense given that not everyone has been shown or has learned how to provide empathy and validation, other things that feel good to us as humans. I would question if the people in this study actually preferred the response or if they would prefer the actual AI. Because personally, if I were having a bad day, I'd rather hang out with a person, a human, with less than perfect communication skills than a robot who sounded great. And if people were given the choice between a caring human with good communication skills and a well programmed I suspect that they would choose the human. What do you think? Write in the comments. Would they choose the human or would they choose the AI if the human had less than perfect communication skills? There's something about the energetic connection of human to human, even in a virtual sphere, that I believe will be hard to replace. For example, I cannot imagine AI ever being able to replace someone like my amazing human partner who gives me a hug or even just a wave from across the room, and I can feel that very human energy. AI also raises many concerns for our well being. One of the hallmarks of secure attachment is a true caring and connection for our loved one. How can AI ever truly care or actually feel a connection? I grew up on science fiction, and many instances of technology from books have shown up in real life. For example, that handheld communication device in Star Trek, that was the inspiration for the flip phone, for the cell phone. What's to say we won't end up with robots devoid of feeling who are running the show, programmed by whoever is in charge? Now, keep in mind that throughout history, many leaders have been sociopaths. Furthermore, as intelligent as AI is, it's only containing the knowledge that it's been programmed to have. One can't deny the hallucinations, which other people would call bias or lies, that AI has for certain topics. While people with secure attachment may actually be skilled at lying, and sometimes it's kinder not to tell someone that they look fat in that dress, their motives for doing so, they tend to be pro-social. AI is simply repeating what's in its database, even if it does it in an intelligent sounding way so far. And asking ChatGPT in the past who programs the database has resulted in some vague responses. They have a statement now that says the data undergoes pre-processing to remove any sensitive or personal information, ensure quality, and make it suitable for training the model. That doesn't reveal, for example, that ChatGPT data was filtered by a bunch of workers in Kenya who were deeply traumatized by having to go through all that kind of dark stuff that makes up the contents of the internet that most of us are fortunately not exposed to. So, all of that doesn't make me want to rush out and get advice from AI on anything truly important to me, let alone if I wanted help on something personal where I wanted real empathy, like a heartbreak, for example, or developing relational skills on something that was truly something that truly mattered to me. But for generating lists and getting me out of writer's block, rock on. So we'll see where all of this goes. This is Kaylee Larkin wishing you a beautiful relational journey. And if you would like more information about attachment style and relationships, check out my blog at kayleelarkin.com. I have courses there, guided visualizations, and other free resources. Please click like and subscribe and share this with anyone who you think would be interested. Thank you for watching.